ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಲೈಟ್ ಇಲ್ವರ ಲೈಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ಸ್ರು ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಟ್ರು ಬೇಡ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವೀಡಿಯೋನೇ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಲೈಟ್ ಹಾಕಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ.
Distinguished guests, respected members of the faculty and research scholars, good morning to you all. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the information session on Fulbright Fellowships, jointly organized by the International Center and the Internal Quality Assurance Cell of the University of Mysore. This information session is a valuable opportunity for the faculty and the research scholars to learn about the Fulbright Fellowships, which are instrumental in fostering academic and cultural exchange between the United States and India. These fellowships empower scholars to collaborate and excel in their respective fields. Before we commence today's program, it's my privilege to invite the talented students of University Fine Arts College to come forward and present the invocation.
जय जगदीश्वरी माता सरस्वती, जय जगदीश्वरी माता सरस्वती, शरणागता प्रतिपालनहारी, शरणागता प्रतिपालनहारी, जय जगदीश्वरी माता सरस्वती, वीणा अंग में शोभे, वीणा अंग में शोभे, सामगीत ध्वनि मधुर पियारी, सामगीत ध्वनि मधुर पियारी, जय जगदीश्वरी माता सरस्वती, श्वेतवसन कमलासन सुंदरा, श्वेतवसन कमलासन सुंदरा, संग सखी शुभा हंस सवारी, संग सखी शुभा हंस सवारी, जय जगदीश्वरी माता सरस्वती, ब्रह्मानंद में दास तुम्हारो, ब्रह्मानंद में दास तुम्हारो, दे दर्शन पर ब्रह्म दुलारी, दे दर्शन पर ब्रह्म दुलारी, जय जगदीश्वरी माता सरस्वती, शरणागता प्रतिपालनहारी, जय जगदीश्वरी, जय जगदीश्वरी, जय जगदीश्वरी माता सरस्वती। धन्यवादಗಳು.
I wholeheartedly thank Kumari Maitri, Kumari Bhuvana and Kumari Kirtana of the University Fine Arts College for rendering the invocation. Today we have amongst with us Professor G.R. Janardhan Dr. Janardhan has dedicated over 27 years to teaching and conducting groundbreaking research in the field of botany with a specific focus on mycology and plant pathology. Throughout his illustrious career, Dr. Janardhan has received numerous awards and recognitions for his outstanding contributions. Notably, he was honored with Dr. Paul Neergrad Gold Medal and Professor K.N. Narayan Gold Medal for his exceptional academic performance. Dr. Janardhan's research endeavors have been supported by various funding agencies, including the DST, UGC, and MHRD. In addition to his research and contributions, Dr. Janardhan has played a vital role in academia through his administrative appointments. Currently, he is serving as the director of the International Center and a member of the Academic Council. He has also been actively involved in various committees and governing councils, further enhancing the academic landscape. Dr. Janardhan's contributions to the field of botany extend beyond his research and teaching. He has authored technical bulletins, edited book chapters, and presented his works at various national and international conferences. His publications and conference proceedings have enriched the scientific community's understanding of topics such as fungal ecology, mycotoxins, and biodiversity. Now, I would like to call upon Dr. G.R. Janardhan to deliver the welcome address.
Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I welcome every one of you for this morning function on Fulbright's US Fulbright Fellowships. As all we know, that universities are temples of teaching. Universities are also place for origin of new ideas. Ideas are very precious. Ideas change the world. Those who have ideas rule the world. Universities are also created to propagate, not only created to propagate the value system in our society, but also inculcate these new ideas. Dr. M.J.K. Menon, Indian Science Congress Association President in 1982, when the Congress was held in Mysore University, he stated that the world today is largely the product of scientific research and development. And this scientific research and development starts with the ideas. So therefore, to propagate these ideas, there are many organizations in the world. They are funding at different levels and to come out with the products of high economic value. Today's program is an initiative of Ms. Shino, a program coordinator, US for Ms. Shino Shobha Vincent, a Fulbright program coordinator, US India Educational Foundation at Chennai. She has sent a mail last week requesting to have a session on Fulbright Fellowships. After discussing with the Honorable Vice Chancellor, the program was fixed. And this session will give you an insight into Fulbright-Nehru Fulbright-Kalam and other Fulbright Fellowships for Indian citizens that are currently being open with varying deadline. Outstanding academicians, policy planners, administrators, and professionals can all encouraged to apply. Administered completely by the United States India Educational Program Foundation, USIEF, the Fulbright program is the US government flagship educational and cultural exchange program. It offers fully funded opportunities to study, teach, and conduct research in United States. The Fulbright-Nehru and Fulbright-Kalam Fellowships for India are jointly funded by Government of India and the United States. When we interacted with the Honorable Vice Chancellor, he was very happy, and due to some unavoidable circumstances, Professor N.K. Loknath, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University of Mysore, unable to attend. In his absence, we immediately requested Professor Venkaramaiah, former Professor of Physics and former Vice Chancellor of the University of Kuvempu University. He has kindly agreed and he is with us today. without taking much of the time for the presentation, I request Professor K. N. Amrutesh to welcome the Professor Venkramaya to this function, and I request him to preside over this function. We have on the stage Ms. Shinu Shobha Vincent. She has been in this academy for the last 10 years, and Mrs. Shinu Shobha Vincent is with a Chennai regional office as Fulbright program coordinator of USIEF since 2015. She provides support and coordination for both Indian and US Fulbright programs at Chennai region. She has a professional experience of more than 9 years in the area of education and administration. She holds a MBA degree with a specialization in finance, and she is with us today on our invitation. On behalf of the University of Mysore, on behalf of everyone assembled here, I welcome her heartily to this program. We have on stage Dr. K. N. Amrutesh, Professor of Botany and Head of the Department of Botany. He is also holding the Director of IQAS for the last 6 months. He has been helping with us to organize this program jointly. On behalf of everyone assembled here, it is my pleasure to welcome Dr. K. N. Amrutesh to this function. In response to our invitation, we have deans from education, deans from science, and all the deans from different faculties are here. I welcome each and every one of them. And in response to our invitation, we have many faculty members, Dr. Srikant Swami, Dr. Sadanand, Dr. Timaya, and many teachers are here. I welcome each and every one of them to this morning program. Apart from that, we have large number of students and faculties from sister constituent colleges and autonomous colleges of the University of Mysore, and a large number of students, research scholars, international students are here. I welcome each and every one of them to this particular program. Last but not the least, I welcome all the media, both print and media, people who are here. I welcome every one of them to this function. Thank you very much.
On behalf of everyone present here, I also extend a warm welcome to Dr. G.R. Janardhan. The lighting of lamp holds immense significance in our culture, symbolizing the dispelling of darkness and the ushering in of wisdom. To symbolize the beginning of this enlightening gathering, let me have the honor of requesting our esteemed dignitaries on the dais to inaugurate the conference by lighting the lamp. Today we have amongst with us Ms. Sheenu Shobha Vincent, the Fulbright Program Coordinator from the US India Educational Foundation. Sheenu Vincent is an accomplished professional with a passion for encouraging educational and cultural exchange between the US and India. With her extensive experience, she plays a pivotal role in coordinating the prestigious Fulbright program, which promotes academic collaboration and mutual understanding between the two nations. Sheenu Vincent completed her bachelor's degree in commerce and pursued her master's in business administration from the esteemed University of Madras. Her academic background in commerce and management has equipped her with a strong foundation in the principles of administration. Before joining USIEF, Sheenu Vincent served as an administrative officer at St. Thomas College of Arts and Science in Chennai. In this role, she demonstrated exemplary organizational and leadership skills, ensuring smooth administrative operations and providing valuable support to faculty, staff, and students. As the Fulbright Program Coordinator, Sheenu Vincent is responsible for managing various aspects of the program, including applicant selection, program logistics, and participant support. She works closely with a diverse range of stakeholders, including scholars, researchers, and institutions, to facilitate meaningful academic exchanges and collaborative projects. Beyond her professional responsibilities, she actively participates in community outreach programs, cultural events, and networking initiatives, promoting connections between individuals from diverse backgrounds and nurturing a spirit of inclusivity. Ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, I now request Ms. Sheenu Vincent to give a presentation on Fulbright Fellowships.
Okay, thank you for giving me this opportunity. I should thank Professor Janathan for immediately accepting my request and taking it forward. I thank the Vice Chancellor, Professor Loknath, and also the Vice Chancellor, Professor Venkatramaya. And thank you for coming here at the last, thank you so much, sir. That's really nice of you. And also thank you, Professor Amritesh, for being here. And I also thank all the deans who are present here. So I'm going to present about the Fulbright-Nehru Fulbright-Kalam and other Fulbright fellowships, which are funded by, completely funded by the Indian and US governments, and to do research, teaching, and to study masters in the US. So, can I have a presenter, please?
He is giving.
Sorry for that. Okay, in the meantime, I'll just talk a little about what we do at USIEF. US India Educational Foundation was founded in 1950, and this is our 73rd year. Our main focus, this foundation was started this foundation was started with the main focus of promoting Fulbright program, administering Fulbright program in India. So these are the four activities that we do, the key activities, and the first and the foremost is administering the Fulbright-Nehru and Fulbright-Kalam and other Fulbright fellowships for Indian and US citizens. As a continuation of that Fulbright fellowship, it also promotes dialogue among Fulbrighters and their communities. We also have this Education USA services where we provide accurate information on US higher education. So this is also a US State Department network. We give information on US higher education across the states. So if you are interested in doing your higher education in the US, please get in touch with us. We also have an office in Bangalore exclusively for promoting US higher education. It is called the Yashna Trust. It is the Education USA Advising Center for Karnataka. And we also serve as a resource for fostering linkages between institutions of higher education in the US and in India. Okay, the Fulbright program was started in 1946, just after the Second World War. This was Senator William Fulbright wanted to actually clear all the misconceptions between the countries after the Second World War. So he thought only through educational and cultural exchanges the mutual understanding between the countries can happen, and the people also will know about other countries. And he came up with this idea of doing this cultural exchange and educational exchange, and the main funding came from the war surplus of the Second World War. So that is how it all started. And since its establishment, Fulbright has awarded like over 400,000 grants across the world, and it is operated in 160 countries. We provide 8,000 grants every year, and at USIEF, since its inception, we have awarded over 21,000 grants. Okay. So these are the fellowships that we administer for Indian citizens, and all these are completely funded. And those are on the on my I should say right. Okay, left. Sorry, on my left, that is in blue. These are all funded by US and Indian governments, equally funded. The Fulbright, it is called the Fulbright-Nehru and Fulbright-Kalam fellowships. And the other one on the yellow side is these fellowships are funded by the US government, exclusively funded by the US governments. I'm going to talk about these fellowships, and a couple of fellowships deadlines are already over, but we will still open it again. We will again open it in February 2024, because these fellowships are opened every year. We announce these fellowships every year, and you can still apply next year if the deadline is over for this year. Irrespective of the fellowship that you apply, these are the general prerequisites that are required. We expect high level of academic and or professional achievements. When I say academic achievements, it doesn't mean that you should have like good score in your examinations. We are not looking at that. 55% of the score is enough, but we also look at your co-curricular activities, your publications, your research papers. All that matters here. So if you are into that, please keep going, and your publications actually are considered very, very highly. It adds value to your application. We also expect proficiency in English language. So basic proficiency, like you must be able to understand what your host institution says, and you must be able to convey what you think. So that is the level of English that we expect. We don't expect like you have to be like well versed in English. And if you are employed for, I'm talking about the University of Mysore faculty. If you are employed, your application must be routed through your employer. That too, particularly if it is a state and central government employment, you have to get it routed through your employer. And the applicant must not be a US passport or a green card holder. And the applicant, if the applicant has a recent US experience, preference will be given to those who does not have recent experience. It doesn't mean that you cannot apply with the US experience. You can still apply, but when it comes to like if there are like two applications that are equally valued, then preference will be given to the person who did not have that US experience. So that's the thing. And yeah, so I'm going to talk about the fellowships. The first one is the Fulbright-Nehru Masters Fellowship, and the deadline is over, as I said. The deadline was May 17, 2023. It will open again in February next year, and again the deadline will be mid-May. So masters alone is offered only under these limited fields of study, because we see a lot of students applying for engineering and other STEM programs. So we focus only on these 11 fields of study only for the masters. To apply for a masters, you must have a 4-year of bachelor's degree. If you have a 3 years of bachelor's degree, you must have a 2-year master's degree or a 1-year postgraduate diploma degree from a recognized institution in India. And because at the US level, 16 years of education is required to apply for a master's program. So that is the requirement from the US side. So that is why we expect you to complete either a 4-year bachelor's or a master's degree. Apart from this, irrespective of your field of study, that your bachelor's degree, you must have 3 years of work experience in the relevant field that you are applying for. So, for example, your basic degree or undergrad degree could be in engineering, and if you are working in public administration, if you have like 3 years of experience in public administration, you can apply under this public administration, because education qualification is just entry level eligibility, but what we focus is your work experience. So if you have 3 years of work experience in the relevant field of study, you can apply. So that is also a requirement. And this program is for 1 to 2 years to pursue your masters in the US. And the maximum funding that we give is $80,000. And again, this is only for this master's program that we limit our funding, because there are universities which charges like higher tuition fees, and we don't have that kind of a funding to provide the higher tuition fees. So if you choose universities that charges you like $50,000-$60,000 per year, then we can provide you only 80K, and the balance must be you must be able to fund the rest of the money. Okay. So the next Fulbright-Nehru Fulbright-Nehru doctoral research, postdoctoral research, and academic and professional excellence fellowships are offered under these fields of study. So almost all fields are covered. So we have like agricultural sciences, bioengineering, chemistry, physics, energy studies, earth sciences. We have all the fields. All major fields are covered under or offered under these fellowships. And like you will not have any, like, apart from, I don't see any field left out actually. All fields are covered. And Fulbright-Nehru Doctoral Research Fellowship is for candidates who have registered for their PhD at an Indian institution. They can do a part of their research from 6 to 9 months at a US institution. So you must be registered for your PhD before November 1, 2022 at an Indian institution. So you can apply with a research proposal to do part of your thesis in the US. While applying for a research proposal, I'm going to cover that in my other slides, but this is a key point. You have to make sure why this research has to be done in the US. That is the first thing that the subject expert, the screening committee or the selection committee is going to look at. So you have to justify that reason why this has to be done in the US. So the application deadline for this fellowship is July 17, 2023. The next one is the Fulbright-Nehru Postdoctoral Research Fellowship. This fellowship is for 8 to 24 months, and this is for recent PhD degree holders, like those who have completed their PhD after July 17, 2019. So if you are awarded this degree after July 17, 2019, you are eligible to apply under this program. This is for 8 to 24 months. And again, you can actually propose how the grant length period. So anywhere from 8 to 24 months, and for the doctoral program, anywhere from 6 to 9 months. So you have to give us that proposal and the timeline, like why you require that kind of time in the US. So this program is considered as a senior visiting fellow because and also since this is the longest time, like grant length period, you are also allowed to take one dependent along with you as an official dependent. USIEF will also provide a dependent allowance provided the dependent stays with you for more than 80% of your grant period. The deadline for this fellowship is also July 17, 2023. So the next one is for senior, mid-level and senior faculty and professionals and researchers. This is to do research or teach or do a combination of both at a US institution for 4 to 9 months. Either you can do a semester long teaching or research, or for 9 months you can continue to do that. So this fellowship requires, the basic eligibility criteria is that if you are a faculty or a researcher, you must have a PhD degree and a 5 years of work experience in the relevant field, and you can apply for this fellowship. This fellowship also, for if you are applying for 8 or 9 months, if you are proposing the grant length to be 8 or 9 months, you are allowed to take your dependent with you. One dependent allowance will be provided for 8 to 9 months grantees. The deadline for this fellowship is also July 17, 2023. The next one is the Fulbright-Kalam Climate Fellowship. So if any one of you are working in the field of climate, it could be climate economics, climate law, anything related to climate. If your research area has something to do with climate, you are eligible to apply for this fellowship. So this again, this fellowship is offered under 3 different categories: the doctoral research for 6 to 9 months, the postdoctoral research for 8 to 24 months, and the academic and professional excellence fellowship for 4 to 9 months. So it is the same criteria, eligibility criteria, and the deadline for this fellowship is also July 17th, 2023. The only thing is, if you are working under climate, you can apply. So anything related to climate. The next one is the visiting chair. This is mainly focused for faculty and researchers, senior level faculty and researchers who actually work in the area of multidisciplinary approaches to global integration. So this is a partnered program. So we are partnering with Emory University. So unlike the other programs, in this program you will be placed at Emory University, but for the other programs you can actually decide, you can give us the preference of the university that you would prefer to study or do research or teach. But in this program you can do your research or teaching only at Emory University. This is a semester long program, which is a 4.5 month program, and the deadline for this fellowship is August 14, 2023. So this one is another visiting chair program in like partnered with the University of Massachusetts Amherst, and this is for people who work in public policy. Again, it's the same thing, 1 semester long program, 4.5 months, and the application deadline is August 14, 2023. This is also to teach and research at University of Massachusetts. This is the Fulbright-Nehru International Education Administrators Seminar. This fellowship is for directors, dean, vice chancellor, or anyone who handles administrative positions at a university level or college level. This program is for them. So this is a 2-week program where we send Indian administrators, Indian higher education administrators, as a delegation to visit US institutions to understand their practices and to collaborate with them for partnering with them. So this actually promotes this creates a platform to network with US universities. So you go as a delegation to US and visit multiple universities in that 2-week program. This is also completely funded. So administrators out here, please check out and apply for this fellowship. Okay, this program is a very special program. The deadline was yesterday. This is the Schubert Hedge Humphrey Fellowship, which is equivalent to a master's degree, but you will not get any credits for this. You will only get a certificate at the end of your program, but it is a 10-month program, comprehensive program, which is offered under these fields of study, that is the agricultural and rural development, communication journalism, economic development, educational administration, planning and policy, finance and banking, law and human rights, natural resources, environmental policy and climate change, public health policy and management, public policy analysis and public administration, substance abuse education, treatment and prevention, technology policy and management, urban and regional planning. So as you can see, it covers like some key areas where we think we need leaders in those fields. So this program is for young and mid-career professionals, policymakers who work with NGOs or private or public sector or with university, any field, but this is mainly focused on motivating young leaders to excel in those fields of study. In this program, you will be placed at a university. Again, you cannot choose the university that you want to be placed. We will place you at a university where you study along with people who come from other countries who have applied for the same field of study. So it is a great way to network with not only US people, also from like-minded people from other countries. So also for the Humphrey Fellowship, though this is an equivalent to master's program, as I said, this doesn't have any credits, but you will get a certificate that is signed by the US President himself. So that this program has that luxury actually. So the deadline was yesterday. It will again open next February. You can, if you are interested, you can apply. But a 4-year of a master's degree and a 4 years of work experience in the relevant field is required to apply for this fellowship. Okay, this is for young and early career educators who are in the English department, who are currently teaching English or actually training to become an English teacher. So we expect English teachers to apply, but they should be knowing Hindi or Urdu. Either it should be their native language, native speaker of those languages, or they must know that language very well. So if you know someone who is an English faculty and also knows these two languages, please share this information with them. This is a 9-month program where the selected candidate will go and teach very basic spoken Hindi or Urdu to US students. This is for 9 months and the deadline for this fellowship is August 10, 2023. Okay, we were actually discussing about school teachers, about about how declining the science to like the interest towards basic sciences and all. We have actually 2 fellowships for school teachers as well, and this is also completely funded. This is funded by the US government. We have 2 programs. One is a 6-week program, and the other one is a semester-long program where we select Indian school teachers, send them to US university. They will attend a series of workshops, seminars, and also do a coursework for when they are going for a semester-long program. And they also co-teach with US school teachers, so they can learn the best practices and bring back to our community and implement it in our school. So this is a great opportunity for Indian school teachers to apply and go and learn from the US schools. So again, the deadline for these fellowships are also over, but we open it every year. We usually open all the fellowships, announce their fellowships in February, but the teachers fellowship alone, we announce it in January and close it in March. So if you know any school teachers whom you think will be benefited out of this, please pass on this message, and this is completely funded. Okay, so I just ran over all the fellowships that we offer. If you want to know more about those fellowships, it is all there on our website. I brought few brochures also. If you are interested, you can take that after this session. So I'm going to talk about the grant benefits and how to put in a research proposal or teaching proposal in the coming slides. So these are the grant benefits. You'll be provided a basic stipend to cover your living cost in the US. Apart from the basic stipend, you will also be provided research allowance or teaching allowance or maintenance allowance to cover other academic related expenses. And we also give you insurance coverage for the grantee alone. If you are taking your dependent, you should take care of the dependent's insurance. We also provide round-trip travel from your home city to the host institution. So that is covered. And for masters, a student, if the tuition fee is also paid by the Fulbright Commission. And if there is any other affiliation fee to the host institution, that is also paid by the Fulbright Commission. Okay, so this is the timeline process. Usually we announce the programs in February every year. This year also most of our fellowships were announced in February 2023. After with a varied deadline starting from mid-May to mid-August. After the deadline, after you submit your applications will be sent to subject experts, the screening committee. The screening committee will have 3 to 4 subject experts who will evaluate your application. So it is important that you cover all that you give a proper research proposal, and you cover all your achievements, all your your paper, your application is going to speak for you. So because the first level of shortlisting is going to be done only based on your application, so it's better that you put in a very strong application. So the subject experts will screen your application and send for further interview process. The shortlisted applicants will be called for an interview. Again, this panel consists of subject experts and representatives from US and Indian governments. So this will be a direct interview. Before the pandemic, it used to be held at in our central office in Delhi. But during pandemic, we moved to virtual interviews. I'm not sure what we are going to do this year. But we will keep you all posted, the selected candidates posted about that. Again, you don't have to spend, if it is happening, if it is an in-person interview, you will not be spending any money for that. The travel, accommodation and all interview related expenses will be funded by USIEF. So after the interview, the panelists send the recommended applications, recommended list of applicants to the Fulbright board in the US. So Washington in Washington DC. So that is where the final process happens. They will scrutinize the application again, and they will either accept all the recommendations by the interview panel, or they will also give us some feedback. So based on the final result that we get from the US, from the Fulbright board, we announce the final results, and we give the grant documents to the grantees. So once they receive the grant documents, and the J1 visa process will be initiated by us. Again, you don't have to it is a no-fee visa process, and you don't have to book an appointment. We will book you an appointment to the consulate that you prefer to have the visa interview, and we will do all the referral process. So this is only for Fulbright applicants. This is also another privilege that a Fulbright applicant gets. So you go on a referral visa. After your visa is issued, we will plan your travel, and the grantees start traveling to the US starting from July 2024 to March 2025. Okay, this is a placement map for the 2022 scholars. We have placed Indian Fulbright scholars in 27 states. We don't have actually any restriction that you have to apply only to these universities, unless we have provided like this is the university that you'll be studying at. Otherwise, rest of the programs you are free to apply to any accredited US institution. We also get application from all the states in India, and Karnataka is one of the states that we receive the largest number of applications, because I was just discussing about that, like we think Karnataka is an educational hub of South India, so we get a good number of applications from Karnataka. Okay, so all the applications are online. You have to complete an online application by the deadline. So when I say by the deadline, like don't wait until the last day, because usually there will be the traffic will be huge during the last moment, because you will be applying on a global platform. So it is not only for India, across all 160 countries. That's the only application portal. So you have to make sure that you have all your information in place, your application is complete, and submit it at least a couple of days ahead of your of the application deadline, because I told you about this Humphrey fellowship, like yesterday was the deadline, and I'm getting an email from an applicant at 11:30 p.m. saying that he is unable to apply, unable to submit his application due to some network issue. But we will not be able to provide any help at that moment, because that's we don't have the control to extend the application deadline. So that is why we advise all our applicants to at least submit 2 days ahead. If this applicant had reached out to us a couple of days before the deadline, we could have helped him. We could have actually checked what is the issue, and we could have helped him. But he is reaching out to us at 11:30 in the evening, and the deadline is 11:59 p.m. So unfortunately, he has to miss out on the on this opportunity this year. Okay, so this is the application procedure. We have given the applicant instruction for each of the fellowship. Just download the applicant instruction and go over it. It is a step-by-step comprehensive application process. If you follow that to the T, you will not make any mistakes. It's that comprehensive and a very simple process. And also download the applicant checklist, because only if you have the applicant checklist, you will know like what are the additional supplemental documents that you need to upload along with your application. So have this applicant checklist and the applicant instructions handy while you are working on your application. So for employed applicants, we also have employer endorsement form format, or the support from home institution form format, which has to be downloaded, and if you have to get it signed. Basically, this is a no objection certificate that we require from the home institution for you to apply for the Fulbright Fellowship. Okay, so we also have a country-specific document. As I was telling you, this is a global platform that you'll be applying under. So I told you that these are the fields of study that is offered under the Fulbright program. But when you actually log into your application portal, you will see many fields. Mostly it will all be sub-fields. So you have to choose the field that is closest to your area, and in the applicant annexure, which is the country specific document, you have to choose the field that is offered under the Fulbright-Nehru and the Fulbright-Kalam fellowship, which will be in the drop down menu. You have to choose the right field that you are applying under. So this is a country specific document, which is also important. This is also a required document, so make sure that you fill out that document as well. Okay, these are the resources to prepare for the application. So you can, like I already mentioned about this applicant instruction. Apart from that, you can attend mentoring programs, fellowship specific mentoring programs that we host. These are all virtual mentoring program where a recent Indian Fulbrighter will come and speak about his or her application experience and the US experience and how they cracked the grant. So that would be you will get an insight on how to put in an application. So if you are interested, you can attend those mentoring sessions. The information is on our website, and you can also reach out to Indian Fulbright alumni. If you go to our website, you will see current fellows list on our website. You will see the recent 3 years Indian fellows who have been to the US on the Fulbright grant. So just go through their research project. You can actually filter them out based on the area that they have chosen, and their research project title will be there, and a brief synopsis will also be there. So you can see what kind of you'll get an understanding what kind of research projects are approved for this grant. And if you are further interested to reach out to that fellow, please find them on social media platforms, because most of them will be on LinkedIn or any other social media platform. Try to reach out to them, and if they are also willing, they will definitely extend their support to you. We are also on social media platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook and Twitter. You can follow us on that, and please watch our YouTube videos on Ambassadors of Change with Fulbright scholars. So they talk about their experience on how what they actually gained in the US. And identify and correspond with potential US institution. So while you are applying, there is a requirement that you have to provide your university preferences. You'll be asked to provide at least 3 university preference for you to do your study or research or teach in the US. And we expect you to establish contact at those institutions. So while getting an invitation letter from those institutions are not a mandatory document, but we still expect you to get in touch with the professors and know their interest, so whether they are actually willing to host you. While writing to the institution, make sure that you mention that you are applying for a Fulbright fellowship, so that they know there is no financial implication on their part. So they don't have to spend anything, so the professors will be willing to host you at their institutions. So make that establishment, and so that you have someone there. And if you are still not able to crack that, if you're still not able to get that invitation, or if it is still under conversation level, we will intervene. If you are selected, we will intervene, and we will try to get our Fulbright board in the US will try to get in touch with the university and place you at that university. So that is how it happens. But but establishing contact is important because that shows your seriousness about applying for this Fulbright fellowship, how focused you are, how dedicated you are to get this fellowship. Okay, how to put in an effective research proposal. Of course, you should have an objective, and this objective should be very clear in your proposal. And also, you have to demonstrate the significance of the project in relation to the to India and US, and justify the need to pursue this in the US. So you have to first justify why this research has to be conducted at all, and then also justify why in the US and not in India. So why do you need to be in US to do this research? So that is the main thing that we look at, that the panelists look at while reading your research proposal. And explain how your project will be completed within the time frame. So while I was going through the fellowship, the time limit, the time is actually ranging from 6 to 9 months, or 8 to 24 months, or 4 to 9 months. You have to come up with a plan. For example, for postdoctoral fellowship, if you can apply for up to 24 months of your research. But if your research does not require that much of a time in the US, that is going to work against you, because that is going to be a disadvantage. If your research can be done in 18 months and if you are proposing 24 months, the panelist is going to question that, and you have to have a proper answer. Also, if your research requires 24 months and if you have proposed 18 months, again it is going to work against you, because at any point Fulbright cannot extend your stay in the US. Your grant, if it is awarded for 18 months, you can only be there for 18 months. You cannot stay there. If you are unable to complete your research, there's no point in going there at all. So make sure that you have the proper timeline, and also while contacting your US institution, your host institution, write to them and check with them if there are any prerequisites required to start your research, because there would be some additional approval from the US end to do some researchers, because if it involves human subject, you have to get approval from the IRB, so that may take some time. So also consider all that time and include that in your timeline, because all the approvals are also need to be taken, because if you have to be in the US to take that approval, please add that time also in your research, in your time proposal, grant length proposal. Okay, and show how your research fits into your current research and how it is going to help you with your future goals. So it has to be relevant to what you are doing currently, and it should, and also you have to demonstrate how this is going to help you in your future career. And of course mention universities, I've already told that. This is about lecturing proposals. So familiarize your the institution, the courses that they offer, the pedagogy that they follow, and the grading system that they follow, so that you can you'll know that this is how they are doing at that institution. Get in touch with the US professor and try to understand what is their teaching methodology, and you can either propose to do a full course or do a combination of either you can co-teach with the US faculty or do a series of seminars. So it can be either one of these, and focus on your teaching experience. Tell them like how your expertise will help the US students, and what you will learn and what you are going to bring back to your community and what you'll be implementing at your institution. And how you will be supporting them. Like you can explain in your proposal, you can tell like how you will be supporting them for curriculum development or thesis guidance, etc. And of course attach, you are required to attach a course syllabi along with your teaching proposal. Also like put in the outcome of your teaching grant. So it should indicate the like how your expertise will impact the US institution, and also how it is going to impact you and your home institution, the experience that you are gaining. Letters of reference. So all categories of fellowship requires letters of recommendation, confidential letters of recommendation. So you'll have to add 3 recommenders to your application, and just add their details, name and email ID, and a link will be sent to your recommenders. I would suggest, in fact I would recommend that you do that well in advance, because this also has to be submitted within the deadline, and like you are going to get benefited out of this fellowship, your recommenders are not going to. So it is just out of the goodwill that they are giving you recommendations. So make sure that you give them enough time to submit your recommendation, and also make sure your recommenders know about your work, and they have worked with you for some years, so they know this is what you are doing. Share your CV and your research proposal with the recommenders, so that it will be easy for them to give you a recommendation letter. So this is going to be a confidential letter. So once you add their email ID to your application, a link will be sent to your recommenders. You'll get a message that the link has been sent. So once you get that message, make sure you call your recommender and inform them that this has been sent. Sometimes it may land in their spam or junk mail box. Just make sure that they look into it, and follow up with them. Be patient, give them enough time to submit, and follow up with them and make sure that these recommendations are submitted before the deadline, and automatically these recommendations will get attached to your application as well. Again, I have to quote this because yesterday I received another call at 8 o'clock. He has not added his recommenders, and yesterday was the deadline. Unfortunately, again that application, he has submitted the application, but he is adding the recommender only then. Like he is not giving enough time for the recommenders to submit. He has worked on this application for over a month. He could have just asked a recommender then, but he did not. So his application will be considered without recommendation letters. So just make sure that you do that well in advance. So this is the selection criteria. Of course, I've talked about this, academic and professional ability, and your merit of the proposed Fulbright project. So why this, what will this research give back to the community, like why this research has to be done. So that the merit of the proposal is important, and need to conduct this research in the US. What are the outcomes and potential impact and benefits that we will get. We will also look at the motivation, seriousness, the maturity level, the leadership quality of the applicant, and the cultural adaptability of the applicant, because they should be culturally adaptable to, because you will be going to another country which is completely different from India. So you should be able to adapt their culture, and you should also demonstrate, you should also represent yourself as a cultural ambassador. Since you are going on an Indian government's fellowship, you are also representing India as a cultural ambassador, and this is also the main focus of the Fulbright program, apart from the academic focus. So you, the panelist will ask you the question about this cultural adaptability and being a cultural ambassador. So you have to be prepared to answer that question. Maybe you can say that you can host them for Indian festivals, or you have to just come up with a plan like how you are going to engage with them as a cultural ambassador, because that is a very, very important point that will be asked in the selection panel. And of course your commitment and to the community and national service. So you have to be committed to come and return to the community and give back to the community. Okay, this is the number of applications that we received last year, and we have selected 138. We have awarded 138 Fulbright awards for Indian citizens, and the success rate is 6.7%. We also have this gender balance, like I should say, because almost close to 50% are women applicants. So we are proud that we have this gender balance. Okay, this is just for you to refer. This is the number of applications that we received last year for each fellowship and the number of awards. So postdoc, we have awarded 33, and doctoral research 37, and academic and professional excellence 35. As you can see, masters is only 19 because we have that limit of $80,000 per grant. We have like a limited grant that we could actually give. With that award, we have given like 35 grants for the senior categories. So that's the thing. Okay, so now, so we are done with the Indian side of the fellowship. So this is an opportunity for you to host a US Fulbright scholar at your institution. So either last year we had a US Fulbright scholar affiliated to University of Mysore. She worked with Professor Manjunath under the Department of Music for 9 months. Similarly, you can still provide invitation letter if someone is reaching out to you from the US side. You can actually provide them invitation letter because it is not going to cost you anything. It is completely funded. And we also have like 100 to 120 US Fulbright scholars across India each year. So if you are holding if you are like conducting a workshop or an international conference, and if you need, if you require someone, an international side to it, you can invite US Fulbright scholars who are already here on the grant, because that's easier, even easier. So you can just, again on the current fellows list, you will see the list of fellows currently in India. And if you are interested in any one of those scholars, just reach out to us, tell us that you are you want to invite them, and we will put you in touch with them. You don't have to pay them any remuneration or honorarium because they are on the Fulbright grant again. But you have to, of course, take care of their travel and accommodation. That's the only thing that you have to do. But otherwise, you are welcome to actually engage with them. We have like 100 to 120 US Fulbright scholars also. So if you want to have international conferences or workshop, please do get in touch with us. And yeah, so that's the end of my presentation. And I hope I didn't bore you guys. So this is our central office in Delhi, and we have regional offices in Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai and Hyderabad. And our Chennai regional office is housed inside the US consulate in Chennai. And if you have any questions, you can email me. My email ID is shinu, SHINU, shinu at usief.org.in. It's the common email ID is USIEF Chennai at usief.org.in. And you can email to both. If you want to email me, you can do that, or you can either email to the general email ID if you have any questions. And our website is usief.org.in. So yes, I'm actually open to questions. If you have any questions, I can answer that.
Wait.
Thank you very much for this interesting.
In fact, I was expecting that you would ask a question.
Okay.
It was so obvious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Having come from international students community, studying in University of Mysore, and I can see almost all these slides and discussions you have had with us is like they rely mainly on nationals, not like international students. So my question is this also extended to international students studying in India?
You have to apply from your country, because Fulbright program is administered in 160 countries. So you have to see if your country also administers the Fulbright program and apply. Because if you are applying from India, you have to be an Indian citizen. Only Indian citizens can apply from India, because it's operated almost in all the countries. So you can check with your country whether there is a Fulbright Commission and apply through them to go to the US.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
India ಕೊಡಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah.
Again, myself Abhishek.
Yeah.
My question is, can a ongoing PhD scholar can apply for the Fulbright?
Yeah, that is the Fulbright-Nehru Doctoral Research Fellowship that I was talking about. So if you are a PhD registered student before November 1, 2022, you are eligible to apply to do a part of your PhD research in the US. But only condition is you should not be at the final stage of your PhD research. Like, you must submit your thesis only after 3 months after you come back from the US. So it should not be an immediate submission. So it should be only a part of your PhD research done in the US. So if you are currently in your second or third year, you can apply. The application is still open. July 17th is the deadline.
Do we submit any project report or whatever?
It is a research proposal that you have to submit. So, and that research that proposal must justify why this research has to be done in the US, because you are already doing a research here. This must be a continuation of that research which you have to do in the US. Like, you have to come up with a proposal why this has to be done in the US. And yeah, that's all. That is all that we require.
It's a continuation, and that research can be continued here itself and complete the thesis, right?
Yes, yes. So you can do a part of your research there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah,
I am Adarsh, first year research scholar in physics department. So first of all, thank you for giving such a wonderful presentation. So my question is, ma'am, I haven't been registered yet for PhD. I am just provisionally registered. I joined on September. So is it possible to apply on July?
Provisionally registered as in, I don't know how it works, but you should have a registration certificate for sure.
Maybe after permanent registration you are eligible.
Yeah.
Maybe for
Next year, of course, you are. If you have a registration certificate, yes, you are eligible to apply for the doctoral research fellowship.
One has to complete the coursework.
Okay.
Then
It's
the-
going-
Yeah. Only after that, yes.
And one more question, if we get it and if I get some 6 to 7 months of project, after that can we extend it talking to that professor?
No, you cannot do that. But if you want, like, maybe you can establish that contact and come back here, complete your PhD and go for a postdoctoral research, because yeah, you have already established a contact, because you have a network built in the US. Based on that network, you can actually apply for a postdoc PDF position and go again.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Okay. Thank you for this opportunity. I hope it was useful for you. Thank you so much. Okay, I have a few flyers left here. If you are interested, please do take that. It has information about all the fellowships that we offer. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear esteemed members of the audience, we have amongst with us Professor P. Venkatramaiah, a renowned physicist who has made significant contributions through his research, teaching and administrative roles. As a highly accomplished professor of physics, Professor P. Venkatramaya has left an indelible mark in his field. His tireless research efforts have resulted in quality research papers published in prestigious journals, showcasing his profound understanding in various realms of physics. Such remarkable scholarly contributions are a testament to his exceptional intellect and unwavering commitment to advancing knowledge. Currently, he is heading the Center of Science Education in Schools, a flagship project of the University of Mysore. Today, we have the privilege of listening to Professor P. Venkatramaya as he delivers his presidential address. With his vast knowledge and experience, we can anticipate an enlightening speech that will captivate our minds and stimulate meaningful discussions. I now humbly request former Vice Chancellor of Kuvempu University to deliver the presidential address.
Good afternoon to all of you. Madam Shenu Shobha Vincent, Professor Janardhan, Professor Amrutesh, all the faculty members of the University of Mysore and other colleges, research scholars, invitees and friends. It was an unexpected thing, not only for you but also for me. And I stayed back because I wanted to get educated. The information that is provided by Madam Shenu Shobha is really wonderful. And I really envy all of you because when I was a student, this information was not available. Now, when she mentioned that this USIEF was established in 1950, I passed out my master's in 1960. Therefore, there was no opportunity for me to get all this information. And you are really blessed that way. And she has provided you wonderful information. And it has covered the wide spectrum of research subjects. The opportunities are plenty. Only thing is, you will have to make use of that. And she has provided you every details. What are the mistakes that are generally done and how it has to be avoided, and how you have to plan your research. Everything. That's the reason why many questions were not asked. So it was very exhaustive and the information was very, very useful. And she also told you that if you still have some doubts about the information that you read, of course there are some pamphlets, but you can go to the USIEF website and get all the information. And that would be a wonderful thing, and I'm sure that you will make use of this. And she also mentioned that if you are selected and go to work in US, you will be working as cultural ambassadors. Not only you will be gaining your knowledge through research and other work, but you will also be a cultural ambassador, interacting with the local population in the US, and you will be projecting your personality as an Indian. And I'm very happy that this Fulbright Fellowship is being operated in 160 countries. And the opportunities are there for people when working in other countries to choose even India. I'm happy that one or two friends from other countries are working here, making use of this Fulbright Fellowship. And this fellowship, though I had heard of Fulbright Fellowship, this exhaustive information is a an eye-opener for me. And as I told you, it was an education for me. That is the reason why I stood back. Though I had a small meeting with other friends, I just skipped it and stayed back to listen to Madam Shobha Vincent. Friends, this is, I should congratulate Professor Amrutesh and Dr. Janardhan for having organized this. And you know, it's not like the Muhammad going to mountain is coming to Muhammad. See, that's something great. The coordinator from USIEF, she has come to universities to educate you, to give you an opportunity to learn the opportunities that are there for your Fulbright Fellowship. And friends, I only appeal that you should make use of this. I'm sure with this exposure and also the information that you have got from the coordinator, you will be, I only hope that 50% of the persons who are working here, who are staying here, who have listened to her, will become really good cultural ambassadors in America. I only wish that, and please make use of this opportunity. It's a wonderful opportunity that you have got to work in any field. It's not only just science subjects, physics, chemistry, mathematics like that, but you have a wide spectrum of subjects. I'm sure you will be able to fit into any one of the subjects if you are really interested. And wish you all the best. Thank you very much for having invited me to this.
Thank you, sir. Today we have amongst with us Professor K. Amrutesh. With his exceptional expertise, Dr. Amrutesh has unraveled the mysteries of eco-friendly approaches to host plant management, combating the relentless forces of biotic and abiotic stresses. In his tireless pursuit of knowledge, Dr. Amrutesh has brought to light 2 novel parasitic angiosperms and unveiled the stunning collection of 12 new phytopathogens. Dr. Amrutesh's contribution extends far beyond the confines of the laboratory. His research on a new pathotype of downy mildew pathogen has rescued countless impoverished farmers from the clutches of economic ruin. His work has not only advanced the frontiers of science, but also touched the lives of those in dire need. Dr. Amrutesh dons the hat of a dynamic leader. As the program coordinator for the government-funded Center of Innovative Studies in Engineering and Education, he paves the way for exploration of herbal drug technology. His guidance has nurtured the minds of 14 PhD scholars and 3 postdoctoral researchers, empowering them to make their mark in the scientific arena. As the IQAS director, he ensures that academic excellence prevails in the campus. He also shoulders the responsibilities as the chairperson of the botany department, as well as the coordinator of CSIR UGC Net Training Center. Recently, he has been conferred with the prestigious fellowship of Karnataka Science and Technology Academy. As we have reached the end of the program, I now call upon Dr. Amrutesh to deliver the vote of thanks.
Very good afternoon to everyone. University of Mysore International Center and Internal Quality Assurance Cell jointly organizing an information science session on 2024-25 Fulbright-Nehru Fulbright-Kalam and other Fulbright Fellowship. The function, the president of today's session, Professor P. Venkatramaya, in the absence of our Honorable Vice Chancellor at the 11th hour. First of all, we must thank our Honorable former Vice Chancellor of Coimbatore University, Professor P. Venkatramaya, who has nurtured today's Coimbatore University. Today, the Coimbatore University is with NIRF 74 rank because of the other day, who has done wonderful job as Vice Chancellor of that university and also serving this our university under CDSSS program, and his keen interest to develop our university, his own alma mater. That shows is the ever affectionate of university with the University of Mysore. Sir, we are very grateful to you, sir, for accepting our invitation at the 11th hour. We are really honored and build the confidence in both Dr. Janardhan and with me for both the International Center and IQAS is consistently supporting both the organization. Thankful to you, sir. Thank you very much. And at the same time, IQAS and the International Center, always grateful to Miss Shinu Shobha Vincent, Fulbright Program Coordinator, US India Educational Foundation. Yes, she has given vast information, as already our President has told. But you can understand our feeling, mother caring, don't apply at the 11th hour. That you cannot expect at the US anywhere. They will laugh at us if you are going for 11th hour, if they are going for submission of the same. I always tell myself and Dr. Janardhan to our students, and always be in advance and always. So the mother concern that she has shown us, really we should appreciate your concern, and she has taken up the case studies, what has happened, all those, really that's indicative for you people to be educative. Really we are grateful to not only giving the vast information, of course we get every information on online, but your concern and everything for the students, for the faculty members, really appreciated. Thank you very much, madam, for your great concern. And myself and Dr. Janardhan, both of us are the beneficiaries of this program. I had been to US for 1 year, and our director, Dr. Janardhan, also to Japan. So cultural ambassadors, we already played, and that's why we are here. We are the witnesses for these kind of program. That's why I'm happy to listen to these things actually. So I appreciate Dr. Janardhan's effort in bringing Ms. Shinu Shobha as a director of International Center. He always look for this kind of opportunity to bring to quality as a quality initiatives, even in the department, even at the university level. Whatever the responsibilities he takes up, he takes it very seriously. So that is there. We are rare among the faculty members, sir. So I really, I am thankful to Dr. J.R. Janardhan for this great gesture for benefiting the faculty and as a quality initiative. It's very useful for the IQAS also, winning the points in the system actually. So again, the overwhelming response of faculty members, especially scholars, really very much interested, and also questioning our the resource person. Very grateful to you all, and our dean is there, and many faculty members have come here. Dr. Krishna Ombal and from history, Professor Nayakwadi, and other faculty members who are here, and many international scholars are here, and also the assistance taken by the IQAS staff, International Center, and also Department of Botany. We always remember, and the scholars for the successful program of this. And I cannot forget, you are witnessing my colleague Dr. J. Lohit, coordinator admin, who is helping in smooth conduction of the program and very successful program of this. Really very grateful to you, sir, for a great anchoring of the program, very smooth going. And she was also appreciating the way you have presented her. I know, madam. I could understand the way you were about to tell the thanks, but you are not having the time. On behalf of you, I am telling. So what kind of a message you wanted to convey? Really very grateful. A great session we had. Really that shows, see, we are very fresh, though we have spent 2 hours, though it was delayed for 1 hour 45 minutes, but we did not lose our interest. As our president rightly told to everyone, we are Mountain and Mohammed, really very wonderful. US people is coming here and talking to, you know, the difficulty in getting visa and all those, very difficult one. And she's giving wonderful opportunity and education to go there, and our career will be a greater, and university will also be flourishing in turn. So that is the motto of this program. Thankful to International Center and IQAC and University of Mysore, and I must be grateful to Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor N.K. Loknath for giving the opportunity, and Registrar Mrs. V.R. Shailaja. Thank you very much. Thank you, Vijnana Bhavan Auditorium, media friends and media personnel, and all of us. We are grateful to for wide coverage, and ICD, and really grateful to all of you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. Thank you very much.